We spoke before about soft and hard shadows. We did apply previously some renderosity type reflection, color, and shadowing on this. So as to be sure it's work very well, let's add some little bit of the soft shadow and hard shadow to this person. Okay, so I'm going to create a new layer, and actually let's go rename it. Hard shadow. Okay, and I will go set this to multiply mode. Theoretically, you can use it hard and soft shadows, put it on the same layer, but I do like separate them. In this case, it's giving me flexibility when I need to adjust them. So for the hard shadows, I'll do same things. I'll just go select the color somewhere in a dark area, but only what I will concentrate it is to creating this shadow just closer around his shoes. And because it is positioning under his model, wherever I place it, it will be clipped or masked from his model above. One thing I probably want pop up to about 20%, so it will be a little bit closer. And I just want to add this darker, more intense shadows just around close enough to his area. So you can see right here, we added. Okay, let's go switch, and we want to add right around his shoes. Okay, maybe a little bit more right here. It's usually because with the light, this light is very going around areas, so it's the hard shadows will be very short, and you can see right here he already kind of feels sitting on the ground. Okay, next let's go create a new layer, and we call this soft shadows. Again, I'm not creating directional shadow. However, we could do that. We can add directional shadow going this way slightly, and maybe we'll do this in a second. But I want to add overall shadow, kind of soft that cast around him. We will keep it the same color as we selected before. The only trick is we need to have it very low opacity, soft brush, widespread, and you can just add slightly touch around this area. Okay, be sure we'll go set this to multiply mode as well. Okay, and I'm just adding slightly casting around him. So you can see right here we already have it just a little bit make darker that he may be cast around area where he's standing. Okay, on this case we're using hard soft shadows. We have it our renderosity shadows cast back on the object. Right here you can see we have it. Okay, we could add directional shadow, and we can go to select our model, create new layer. Let's call directional shadow. Okay, now we'll go to fill up, and let's fill up with same color. So we'll just keep it everything same. Okay. And next, what I want to do, it is cast him up front. The one thing if we cast, we want to be under layer. The reason is why I don't like how sometimes these shadows may be cast overlay on his shoes. We can do this after with our render shadow to just add a little bit more intensity here, but in this case. Okay, so we'll go to edit, transform, and let's use it distort for this case. So we can go right here, and we can kind of like, you know, place it. Okay, in some cases you'll notice right here we have it our arm. So if you have a problem and you need it adjust, you always can take these shadows, and we need it to flip horizontally. So edit, transform, we'll go flip actually vertically. So let's go right here. Now we can take this model, we can put it shoes right where shoes was before. At this moment we're going to go edit, transform, and look on distort. So in this case, all what we did, it's just readjusting kind of. So I'm going to take this model. Okay, we'll go bring like a little bit right here. And I don't worry too much about maybe right around this area. Okay, can enable. And with this one, we want actually to do several things. We want to apply the blur to this. Okay, and we want to hide. Also notice right here we have an edge, so we also want to use it some mask to this. Okay, let's go to filter, blur gallery, and we'll go use a tilt and shift. So we'll go take tilt and shift, put right here. Okay, maybe bring closer, tilt it a little bit more. Okay, we'll go apply tilt and shift. As you can see, it's already look nicer. Let's also take our directional and switch to multiply mode. And we'll take opacity and bring a little bit more down. So right here. However, I look on this side and I don't really like how it's come up here. It's look too sharp. Not you don't see on any other shadows happen. So obviously we needed a little bit blur more. So we always can just apply a normal the Gaussian blur to this. This is too much. And I'm just looking right here, and this is look about right. So let's click OK. Just position maybe around right here. I don't like how the shadows start spill out. We always will use mask to modify these. So let's go be sure we reset it. We have a black tool. Okay, 10%. We can just start painting on a mask. Let's go 50. Right here, I just slightly clean up. So you can see we have it. And as I work on a mask, I want also clean up a little bit from the edge because shadow won't cast right here. So overall, you can see right, we have our model. Its contrast does not match. It's why we still have it kind of out because you can see the sharpness and contrast and slightly color. I think the model have a little bit more magenta versus a little bit more yellowish on background. But this is will cover in other tutorials how to work with color correction and how to work with magenta. And we probably come back to this file to apply and see how we can continuously increasing this quant. But right here we have very nice shadows applied. And if we preview, this is what before shadows. You can see the model applied here. And here with the shadows when we applied, it's feel a little bit more in the scenery and primarily with a gentle and nice natural shadows on the floor.